Hello, 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 hello. I will allow time for you guys to come in and let's adjust the lighting. I'm just playing with the different settings. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Or if we can get the right setting. Okay. Welcome, welcome. I am back. All right, we are back where we belong. All right. Brand new lights and a brand new reading for the Aries collective. I'll give you guys a moment to get on here. Thank you so much. Is it Quetta or Quita? Hi, Courtney. Is that ML Login X or M Login X? How's everyone doing this evening? Great, great, great. Well, I would like to welcome you all to the channel, Aries the Emperor here. As you know, I just decided to go live on today. As a lot of you guys know, I was having technical difficulties the past couple days, but I have everything squared away. So I'm going to do a live reading for you guys this evening, and then tomorrow we will resume as far as me pre-uploading readings, and then I'll probably go live for you guys like maybe once or a few times a week or something like that. Okay. All right. Hit that like and subscribe button as you guys come in. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. 18 in the chat, 2 likes. It is free to show love, you guys. Someone may need to hear this message. So if it resonates, especially with you, hit that live button. Okay. All right. All right. And also, if you would like to connect with me, all of my information is in the description box located down below. I am still running the sale for those of you who would like to connect with me. If you would like to be a part of the Blood Moon Ritual, just make sure that you email me your name, as well as all donations can be sent to the Cash App or PayPal that I will post down below. Okay. All right, let's get into it. Let's see what messages come out. Welcome, Jay from the UK. Welcome, all of you guys from the East Coast to the West Coast. We're going to see what energies are just out there floating, shall we? Now, I want to use some Oracle just because I know y'all read the title. There's a curiosity about you, of course. Somebody could be keeping tabs. There's a fly in the room with me right now. I feel like, flies are like spies to me. You know what I mean? They can get in, they can just zoom in right with you, especially don't be barbecuing and you having to go in and out, the house from the barbecue grill to the kitchen. Baby, they right behind you like they helping you cook the food. You know what I'm saying? So that's how spiritual energy is with you. You know what I'm saying? It could follow you just like that. You know, and whether it be a good follow you or a negative type of follow you here. So I feel like this could be an energy of people, you think when you part ways with people that, they've moved on, and probably, if you've moved um out of state, or you've really separated, put some distance in between yourself and someone and lost contact, that's one thing. But for the most part, I still feel like there's this lingering curiosity about you. um and people still do, if possible, keep tabs on you, because that's possible. You know what I mean? And when I say tabs, that could be anybody. It could be the gov, earn it. I don't want to say the whole word because like I said, I don't know. It's getting a little too sensitive around these parts. So um it could be anybody. It could be anybody keeping tabs on you. All right, so let's get into it. I really want to see what the spiritual meaning of a fly is. And it varies. It could be adaptability, persistence, transformation, decay, corruption. Did I not say something following you, whether it's something that is a positive follow or a negative follow? I didn't even know what this meant. I didn't even know the spiritual meaning of a fly. But I can tell you, like, exactly the example I just gave you, following you from the barbecue grill in the house. That's if that ain't corruption, I don't know what is. All right, trying to corrupt a good thing. But all right, let's get into the spread. I like this energy. We're gonna pull some oracle. It could also mean an evil influence. A fly. Is that not like spy energy? All right, spirit. Work with me, talk through me. Always guide me. If this message doesn't resonate for you, do not force it. This just may not be your day. I know that's right, Quita. Shoe fly don't bother me. And lately I've been doing a lot of cooking and they've been doing it's been a lot of in and out at my house. So whew, pretty annoying. I said pretty annoying, y'all, and look what came out. Bugaboo. You make me want to turn my page window. Break my lease so I can move. Cause you're a bugaboo. A bugaboo. Oh, Aries. Let me tell you something. Y'all are not the bugaboos, and I refuse to believe so. Because what is there to bug? Besides the one that's buzzing in this room right now. Like I said, this could be an energy of that's a clear indication of someone's interest, their curiosity, and that's good reasoning behind it for you to want to separate yourself or distance because they're a bugaboo. You probably dealing or have dealt with a lot of bugaboos, and they probably would like to paint the picture as if you were the bugaboo. Not true. Okay. Because like I said, this could be somebody that you had to dismiss that is keeping tabs on you, or this could just be a energy that is just always worrying about you and instead of worrying about them. We have pregnancy test. I myself predict a lot of pregnancies here by the holidays for you guys, so I'm going to congratulate you in advance. So we have betrayal. All right, deceit, backstab, traitor, not to be trusted. Ooh. That could be someone that's keeping tabs on you. Especially somebody think they got beef with you. They always think that they need to have some type of ammunition, to do back in your direction. What a way to live. Always looking over your shoulder. Justice is one thing, but like I said here, you know what I'm saying? You backstabbing people is pointless. And there's and there's a rat here in the photo. I mean, some of you guys could take things like that very seriously. You could be somebody that's very, when it comes to your name, you, you want some honor put behind that. And you don't take things like betrayal lightly. It's a lesson that somebody's got to learn behind that. It's definitely never no beef. And we have fighting for what you love and claiming what's yours. Love is a battlefield. It definitely is. But it's all about what is worth fighting for and what the fuck just needs to find its way. Okay? In the other direction. This could be individuals who, have done things and expected you to forgive them, and not just forgive them, but give them back a space that's of comfort that they're used to or were used to. You know what I mean? But if the shoe were on the other foot, maybe I don't feel like they may be so lenient. I don't know what just happened. Am I still on here, y'all? I just saw the screen do something weird. Y'all can still hear me and see me? Hey Lala, can you hear me? Okay, I'm still here, Jay. Thank you. All right, y'all. Okay, let's get one more and then we're gonna get into the tarot. I just saw something. I don't know what it did behind me, but I mean behind the live here on my screen. So just want to make sure, because I really, really was on top of it today to make sure that there were no interruptions in this live. So all right, we have the next oracle, which is fake apology and anger management. Aries, this is gonna be September. This is a new month. If you haven't already, your cinnamon, in your foyer, out your front door, swept it out, your front porch. It's still a good time. We're still in the beginning of the month here. Any unwanted energies that need to be pushed back out there where they belong, any unwanted guests that no longer need to come visit, or that energy has now been cleansed and wiped away, for you to continue on into your next cycle of this 31 days of however long this month is, and two lunar eclipse. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. The second one I think is on the 22nd. I'll have to look it up to be sure, but we will be doing the ritual during the first one. But like I said, is in this cycle here, since it's a fresh one, right? It's important because this is gonna be a time where you're gonna be trying to focus on going within, and it's gonna be things that want to pull you out. Okay. Saturn has retrograded, which means Uranus is retrograded in Gemini. Okay. The sign of communication. So it may not be Mercury retrograde, but you can bet your bottom dollar Saturn is like your daddy and he will spank your ass. Okay. If you get beside yourself. So that's where this anger management is coming out in this fake apology energy as well. So, it's take that into consideration with you. Okay. And mind you, it will be retrograded for the next 6 months. So we're not coming up out of this until February of 2026. So I mean, it's smart. Like I told y'all, or I warned y'all already. Anybody testing your patience, any type of misunderstandings are at the forefront at this time here and going forward with us into the holiday season and into the new year. Okay. All right. Hence the lunar eclipse coming on to add to that intensity. You know what I mean? Like I say, it's all about alignment. And it's a story that's being told out there, just like the one that we tell when we step foot into the light of this world. So let's get into the tarot, y'all. Let's see what messages come out for you in the spread. All right. Hello, Karen. Welcome. Thank you, Tracy. Welcome. Hey, Shane. You think the Fool and the Magician are going to come up in the reading? I guess we'll see. We definitely shall see. All right. Messages for the Aries collective spirit. All Aries placements. Curiosity regarding Aries. Gossip surrounding Aries. Drama, controversy. Messages for Aries. The star card just tried to come out. But let's see. I know that's right, Lala. We about to find out, Karen. That's for sure. Somebody who is stuck in their ego. Somebody definitely that's ego driven, maybe keeping tabs on you. And this could just take it how it resonates. This could be one person, two people, three people, four. I mean, there's a such thing as gang stalking. Trust and believe. This energy gives off, somebody who may be well known where they're from. You may be from somewhere else, or you may give off a vibe that's different, or not what everybody's used to. Aries normally come across like that. That there's always something about you that makes you stick out. There are certain signs in the zodiac where they could just blend in, like chameleons, but you, my friend, you don't get that luxury a lot of times, and there's so much beauty in that, and it's and glory in that. You know what I mean? Because like I said, you stand out and it's not forceful, it's natural. You know what I mean? It's who you really are. And in this King of Wands energy, this ego is driven off of clout chasing, people needing validation, and if not getting said validation, you know going into a rage or an attitude of some sort, a fit, just somebody who is difficult to work with, somebody who's definitely selfish and self-centered, somebody who is not able to clap for you, when it's your time to shine, but definitely expects to be bowed down to, like they are God's gift to the earth. You know what I mean? But they more like the scum of the earth, is what this King of Wands in reverse energy is giving. It's Leo energy. This could be a Leo you're dealing with, a low vibrational Leo. Let me say that. Or you could have Leo placements aspected in your natal chart. If not, it's just energy. You take it and read it as that. This is interesting because the Five of Swords also came out. I have three cards. This one I have not flipped over yet. Three cards that came out here on this table when I started shuffling. The first one, this one in reverse, and this one right here. Oh, ooh, yuck. Five of Swords, Aquarius energy. So definitely, this could be somebody who is a low vibe Aquarius. Just definitely somebody who it gives off. Somebody who's definitely going to. I hate to. I don't want to keep using the word like narcissist, because, but it gives off that energy of somebody who is like that, and especially like you don't want to deal with an Aquarius who is in their shadow side. You know what I mean? These are already individuals who are like masterminds. They are so quiet, as far as to the point where you feel comfortable. You know what I mean? You don't even know you got beef with this person. If this is something that, just I'm just hypothetically speaking. But and also Leo and Aquarius are the opposite in the zodiac. Okay, two of the smartest in the zodiac. I'd say that at top three, definitely those two for sure, and they're opposites. So this could be a situation at one point where this was an opposites attract type thing, but right now it's opposing sides. And whether this be, an environment that you are in, that you are battling with, with yourself personally or with other people that are around you in that environment that you're having to deal with. Or if this just be like an issue, this could be a child that you have, a teenager or adolescent of some sort, a troubled child at this time. This could be a situation of like bullying. This may not apply to everybody, but this is what I'm picking up on. So, Leo energy, fifth house has everything to do with children as well. So, this could have to do with like some type of behavioral trauma, just broken home, or just some type of situation where um, the child and the parent maybe don't have the best relationship. And this could be you a grown adult and not have the best relationship with a parent of some sort, or and this is something that stemmed from childhood that you still deal with now. This could be somebody that is resentful towards you. That could be, keeping tabs but still curious. You know what I mean? Because God forbid that you're doing well for yourself and you're unlocking the facts of life. You know what I'm saying? Seven of Cups, all the facts, and then some. Pisces energy. This is someone that fantasizes about you. This may be somebody who feels as if you are an option for them, and they're keeping tabs on you as far as because they're wanting to date or court you in some way. This could be an evil, jaded ex that's watching you, keeping tabs, and still curious. This could be somebody who is over you. I'm not to say like over you, but this could be an energy also. I feel like of somebody who is like scouting talent in some way, shape, or form here, and you could just be what they're looking for, is what this energy is giving. Because it's giving like somebody messed up and just lo and behold, or it's just like something happens and the opportunity opens up for you to step right on in. Eight of Cups, get ready, on your way. What you think what you have is good until spirit sprinkles a little bit more. That Eight of Cups is a quiet journey. And like I said, it is important going forward here for you to try and really tap in and go within. Because right now, it's gonna be a lot of poison being pushed out, as it already is. So, it's if you could get a head start on something, if I could get a head start on something and somebody could, warn me before the destruction before the storm, then absolutely, I'm always going to take heed. But like I said, you guys are just naturally able to go within and trust your intuition, and at this time, that's going to be key. You know what I mean? The logic is always important to be there, but right now, spiritually, intuition is definitely it's something. If you ain't think it was awakened before, you're gonna be surprised. And I feel like things like dreams or angel numbers or signs or certain things that you've been seeing here that haven't been really making sense are going to kind of start to put themselves together, kind of like I mentioned earlier about like a story coming together when it comes to you, or a story being written with the Queen of Pentacles here. Yeah, the stability. This is structure. This is being at peace. It's this is finding a place and settling there. And I don't mean settling like because you don't have any other choice. I mean as far as settling into your kingdom. You know what I mean? your establishment, your spiritual establishment, okay? That the sun both set and rise over day and night. King of Pentacles, Taurus energy. Like I said, settling in your kingdom. Big shiny pinnacle, nice comfy chair, good divine vibes. I feel like there could be people also interested in your practices, your teachings, your ritualistic acts. I call them closet spiritualists. They're scared to really just come out and express. Like you'll have to be the first person to notice it in them, to drag it out. Because I see a lot of times where I've seen other, just not readers, but people who are just into the spiritual industry. You know what I mean? And they say they find it hard to connect with other tarot readers or other healers, just in general. So it gives that energy. A lot of people are afraid to just even show their face. You know what I mean? Um, because this is something that long time ago, was indeed a crime. Or looked at as something that was not holier than thou, right? But throughout years, and educating, I feel like, well, I ain't gonna say the entertainment industry has done the best at educating people properly when it comes to the different practices, but we are in a day and age where we can educate ourselves for the most part and know, you know what I mean, what is really of light and what is really of dark, because like I say, we fight that day in and day out. But mum's the word when it comes to that type of stuff, right? Things that people hide behind closed doors. That's high priestess energy. What would I see if I was to look in your backyard, in your closet? Meanwhile, you have someone here trying to peek in yours. Somebody that is watching you could feel uncomfortable with your means of survival, your way of life. You may be somebody who is moving towards a softer life, or this may be an opportunity that arises for you here, or somebody already sees you as that type of energy, regardless of how hard you work. It gives like an energy of, you have people that still watching you. These are people that wrote you off, but they still watching you. They still keeping the open line of communication just in case you reach out. That's who is curious and keeping tabs on you. Master Kush, two unskippable ads. Really? I'm so sorry, hun. That's why I said there are a lot of changes going on around here, and I've been trying to pinpoint and put my finger on a lot of things. So just bear with me, guys. I've, I've honestly, I haven't been able to say anything like this before. I haven't really felt it. But mm, yeah, I can't say too much, but trust and believe. There's definitely a shift. There are a lot of changes that are taking place at this time here. So we just gonna roll with it until further notice. All right. Just make sure y'all are liking and subscribing, and being notified. Like I said, when I do come on, if you really here for the Aries gang, So we have the 9 of wands to come out in reverse. And like I said here, that this energy right here is somebody is curious. They're keeping tabs on you because things are starting to look a little better for you, a little easier for you. The page of swords is definitely somebody seeing, taking what they saw, not just taking what they heard and running with it, and taking it and either using it to their advantage or going back and discussing it and spreading it to others. It's just like this person is just so shocked what they're hearing or what they're seeing, what they're witnessing, Aquarius energy. Is this maybe something that somebody wasn't supposed to see when it comes to you, or this may be something that you saw when it comes to someone else and they didn't want anybody to know about them, so now they may keep tabs on you. You may know a deep dark secret about somebody, Aries. Is this true? Because we have the 5 of cups in reverse and the 10 of wands, Aries energy. And let's get one more. Who's watching you? Somebody who knows you're not sad and that you're not down and out, and that you're not sorry, and that you're not being misled, and that you're not crying over spilled milk, and that the load that you carry in is just fine. Peaches and cream, baby. 10 of cups, Cancer energy, peaches and cream, and you think it's good, baby. Just watch. It's gonna get even better. Okay? And I'm gonna leave that reading here. Hit that like and subscribe button for more messages from me. All right. I'll catch you guys later. Ciao.